Hey guys, what's up? Nathan here from Worship Calling in the Worship Journal Guitarist Edition. Got ourselves a Tone Master Tuesday. I thought, hey, why don't we look at the updates in the Tone Atlas? So, what is the Tone Atlas? The Tone Atlas is the ultimate gear guide for everything that is found in the Fender Tone Master Pro. I created this massive database with tons of information, tons of data to help you maybe chase that tone you're looking for. So, how do we get to it? I got a link in the description of the video. It's just a bit link for ToneAtlas. You just go to that bit link, go to ToneAtlas. It's built in Airtable, which is just a massive, it's just a database platform, SaaS solution database. So if you don't have an Airtable account, you will have to sign up for a free account. There's nothing tied to it. You don't have to pay for anything. You can either log in with your Google account, set up an account using an email, however you want to do it. Just set up an Airtable account so that you can log into Airtable, and then through the link I have in the description of the video, you will have access to the Tone Atlas, and this is it. So the main page just kind of gives you an overview of what this thing is, what this massive database is, how to use it, how to navigate, links to my YouTube video, because I do ask if you find this tone guide, this Tone Atlas, the gear guide useful, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got a link to the Facebook group for the Tone Master Pro. Tons of activity going on over there. Lots of people. A huge portion of the Fender team is on there. They're interacting with us constantly. People are posting thoughts and ideas and questions, and it's just a great community, great resource. And then obviously the official Discord channel from Fender for the Tone Master Pro. I've got a link for that as well. So one thing I did add is this section here. It's going to show you any new amps that have been added to the Tone Atlas in the last 120 days, as well as effects, cabinets, and artists. We'll get to artists here in just a second. So you can see I did 120 days because that should roughly get me everything new in the latest firmware, right? I try to get this thing updated as quickly as I can once a firmware drops with the new features, new categories, if there's new categories like there was in this last update, all the various things. So you can click on those and actually see information about that effect, right? What is it? What is the actual name? It's a DD3 from Boss, right? The name of the effect in the Tone Master Pro is Digital Hold Delay, and there's a mono and stereo version. What's the brand? Boss, right? So you can go look at all information about Boss, all the effects from Boss that are in the Tone Master Pro. Then you can also look at a description of what the effect is. And then I also have the model guide details. So if you are familiar with Fender's official gear guide, it's got all those details that are printed in the gear guide from Fender. Then this is where it kind of gets cool. It's going to list 10 of the most prominent known artists that use this effect, right? So you can click on them, get more information about them, a biography, the genre that they're kind of known for, any bands they're associated with, and then all the effects that are amps, effects, everything that's in the Tone Master Pro that this artist is known to use, right? So they're known to use this amp that's in the Tone Master Pro, and they're known to use these effects that are in the Tone Master Pro. And then I kind of had a little fun with AI on this one. I basically asked all the artists that have been created in this database a question, and AI answered it as if they were the artist, right? So I asked, it's like an interview question. You've had the Fender gave you a Tone Master Pro for a couple weeks. You've had some time to play with it. what's the things you like about it the most. And this is just for fun. There's nothing. Some of them are kind of fun to read though, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's the new stuff, right? That's everything that's been dropped within the last 120 days that I've gotten added into the database. So we can go over here on the left, and we have a whole menu of how you can kind of dissect and dive into the amps, effects, cabinets, everything that's in the Tone Master. So first thing you can look at is just firmware. This is every firmware release, and you will be able to see what actually got released with that firmware. So we can see the release notes from the firmware, from Fender's official release notes from that firmware, which also lists out the names of the amps and various things that were added, controls, known issues, all that good stuff. And then the information that's in the database. So we know that these are the new amps that got released with this firmware, the 1.7.53. So we've got the DR105, the high watt 105, right? And you can see here in the Tone Master Pro, it's called a Highway 105. Its brand is High Watt. Its official name is a DR105 from High Watt. When it was released, the type of amp it is, if it's a tube amp, a solid state, how many watts, speaker configuration. And I've also got a whole table for all the cabinets, right? So you can even see for this amp, if you just click this amp and add it to your preset, it's going to, the default cabinet it assigns is this SE4 122. I don't know why it's acting so slow here, sorry. And this is that is the model number of the high watt cabinet, is an SE4 122. In the Tone Master Pro, it's called a 4x12 Highway. You can see I've collected information about the cabinet materials, if it's flat or if it's angled, if it's closed back, open back. You know, as much information as I can get, I'm putting into this database. So you can also see from this firmware we got the amps, we got these effects. And so you can look at it from a firmware standpoint, or you can go over here and look by brands. So here's all the brands that are represented in the Tone Master Pro. So you can look things up by brand. You can actually just go to the amps table. The amps table is that lists the amps in the order that they're found in the Tone Master Pro. And it's got the amp categories according to the Tone Master Pro, right? If it's a combo amp, if it's a half stack, if it's a bass amp, if it's a amp head, right? So you can actually see images of the real products, the real product names, and then you can go into them, and you know, obviously that's the image of it. You can go into the Blues Breaker and see, you know, it's called the Brit Breaker in the Tone Master Pro. It's by Marshall. Its real model name is Blues Breaker. When it was released, again, like the type, all this information. Again, the model guide details. So all the details that are in the model guide, artists that have been known to use this amp, genres that have been associated with this amp, and just kind of a musical style summary. So yeah, you got all kinds of information. And same thing with effects, right? We've got all the effects that are found in the Tone Master Pro with an image of the actual effect. And the Tone Master Pro categories, so Stomp Box. And this has been updated since there's new categories from this latest firmware release. Modulation is in green. We've got delays in red. You can just see like it's got everything broke down, reverbs, dynamics, EQs, and filters, pitch, and synth. So we have all the categories that are in the Tone Master Pro represented here, and you can just kind of dive in and see. Again, it's just like the amps. You click on it, you can see the brand, click on the brand, you can see the effect type. Now I added some types. I kind of stretched that out a little bit. So here's all the effect types I have. So it goes a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A few more categories than what we get in the Tone Master Pro. So if you, let's say you wanted to just find fuzz pedals. Like I just want to see what fuzzes are in the Tone Master Pro. Well, there's all the fuzz pedals, right? Which the Tone Master Pro doesn't break down fuzz as its own category, but in the ToneAtlas we do. Cabinets, kind of same way, right? It's all the cabinets. And note, I do have a category or a label listing for if it's a true cab or a combo derived. So if, as you know, every cabinet in every combo amp that is in the Tone Master Pro, they actually created a IR for that cabinet. So there's actually a cabinet of, the 57 Deluxe, and it's just the cabinet. So it would be, you could take the cabinet from a 57 Deluxe and put it with whatever amp head you want. So you can see if it's a true cab or if it's a combo derived cab. So here's like a true cab, right? There is a true 212 Vibro King V30 cabinet. There's a true 212 British Jubilee Marshall cabinet. There's true cabs, combo derived, but we got all the cabinets in here, and images and brands and everything. I even have the microphones, right? These are all the microphones that you can use to mic the cabinets. And the cool thing with these is, obviously I've got the type if it's a condenser or a ribbon, but if you click on them, you'll even see the frequency response chart for that microphone. So tons and tons of information. We have all our artists. So these are all the artists that are known to use equipment that's found in the Tone Master Pro. Obviously, I don't have every artist in the world, but there's a good chunk of artists in here, and you can kind of see what stuff they have used or have been known to use that's in the Tone Master Pro. And then obviously bands that are associated with those artists. And then genres. So you can look up by genre and see like what's the most common amp used in the blues genre, or what effects are most commonly used in the blues genre. And it's all based off of these artists that are known for those genres. So yeah, just a million different ways you can dissect the information and look at all the amps and effects and everything that's in the Tone Master Pro in a million different ways. You can access that information a million different ways, come at it at a million different angles. So like I said, I try to keep this thing updated as soon as Fender drops a firmware. I try to get this thing updated as quickly as possible with the new amps or effects or whatever they've added. And at this time, Airtable doesn't have a good mobile app, so you do have to access it through a browser. So you got to get typically on a computer to access it. I am working with one of the members on the Facebook group, and we have big plans and big hopes to get this thing rewritten into a fully functioning web app. So I'll keep you updated on that as that progresses. But for right now, Unfortunately, the only way to access this data is to use Airtable. So sign up for Airtable, get that free account so you can get to the data and just look at the data from a different angle that maybe you haven't before, or maybe you'll get inspired by a genre or an artist, or see something that you really didn't even realize was in the Tone Master Pro until you see it laid out this way. Anyway, if you like the ToneAtlas, if you find it helpful, again, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe anyway. There's tons of content. I put out content all the time, tips, tricks, all kinds of good stuff. And as always, make every strum count. I'll see you guys next time.